Good morning, YouTube. Reseller Mom here with Tina, and it is Friday, TGIF. Good
Is
morning,
this the
Tina.
last Friday of the month or is next week the last Friday?
I
We're
think we got
getting
one
ready
more. Let me
in
check. Yeah,
one
we got
more.
one more. Next week's the 31st, and then we jump into April, our birthday month.
Yes.
So we maybe we'll do something fun for our birthdays. I don't know. We can have
Yeah.
a show.
My cousin is turning 50 this year, and her husband are going on a cruise. They're going to Greece. They're doing all kinds of fun things for her big 50. Did
Nice.
you hear my cat?
Yes. Is it okay? Is the cat okay?
Yeah, did you hear that?
Hmm.
That was obnoxious. No, my husband went outside, so she wanted to go too. So I was like, whoa. So today we're going to talk a lot about bundles. I'm excited about that because, as you know, that's one of my favorite topics and favorite activities is creating and selling bundles.
Yes, but I do have a couple of quick announcements just so that everybody here knows, and I will add links into the comment section in just a moment. But if you are worried about multiple season, if you go over and follow these guys, Perry and Kim's Amazon FBA Corner, this guy Chris posted and has a PDF, and what it is you follow that PDF format and it will show you how to like get the multiple list and then compare your items with that to see if you have any multiple items in there. Amazon can change the classification on anything anytime they want, which is super annoying. They've been reclassifying my bundles this week. I'm like, make up your mind, what is going on. And then this is something I posted in Online Selling with Tina. So a lot of times we post content over there just to keep up with this. If you don't follow Wholesale Ted, she is amazing. She is out of, I believe, New Zealand, and she does all print on demand, passive income stuff. She is an amazing lady to follow, but there are Etsy sellers getting sued over basically Disney items right now. And she does a quick little video. It wasn't very long. Yeah, 8 minutes and 45 seconds here. So really good little concise video explaining the difference between copyright rights, trademark rights, and fan art. If you just draw a picture of Mickey Mouse, you cannot monetize that legally. So if you are doing any of that kind of stuff, you're going to want to go and check out that video. And then this one, Amazon seller, hold on, let me go up here. Follow these people if you want to know any of the legal stuff going on in the Amazon world. This guy posts all the time. He's an amazing guy. I love listening and watching his post, but he goes through and outlined the drop shipping policy for 2023. And if you are drop shipping and or using a third-party fulfillment center or doing any sort of third-party work, you're going to want to look at this. Tina and I will be doing a very specific video diving into this topic. So look for that coming out. But in the meantime, you can go and read this if you want. And that was it. Now I'm back to my Amazon page.
Announcements, announcements, announcements. That's what they used to do when my kids were in school.
And I'm going to go post those links today or right now. So good morning, Nate. How are you? Or Elizabeth. It's usually Elizabeth. All right. Did you want me to bring back up my Amazon page or did you want to? Oh, no, we had 3 things to talk about before we get into the actually searching for bundles. So the first thing, Tina, I want to talk about is the difference between multi-packs and bundles. Because I think a lot of people get confused on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
Oh no, that they do. You know, a multi-pack is more than one of the exact same thing. So when you think of a 2-pack of Windex, that would be a multi-pack.
And if you sold Windex with squeegee stuff, or I don't know, like window cleaning
With a
materials, or
squeegee, right? That would be a bundle.
yes, maybe a car cleaning kit, that would be a bundle. But in the Amazon world, they are interchangeable. There's no hard and fine rule. Amazon doesn't really differentiate between the two when you are making listings. So just let you know,
I didn't mean to add that to the stream. Sorry, but here we go.
What are we doing?
Like this would be a multi-pack, although a person did create this as a bundle, but in reality, in Amazon world, these are really multi-packs.
Yes. And if you want to create a multi-pack, there is, unfortunately, you can, and you will see that people will put multi-packs under the brand generic or under their own name brand. And that's because it's really hard to make multi-pack listings using the UPC code. Because once that UPC code gets used, it's very hard. And we will have next week, next Friday, the lady from GS1 on the show. So if you have any barcode GS1 related questions, ask them now, because we will be shooting it out to her next Friday. And this is one of the things that they have been trying to work on with Amazon for the last year. If somebody has already used the barcode to make a single pack or even a 3-pack, and people now want to go and make a 2-pack and a 4-pack, how does that going to look in the catalog? Is it going to be all standalones, or can it be all under one parent? Can you use that UPC code again? That is what they're trying to clean up in the catalog. So there's just a lot of confusion around it. So I wanted to touch on that first before we
Did
start.
you notice that when I typed in Windex with squeegee that there was not a Windex and squeegee bundle? So there you go. That's a genius bundle. I think it makes sense. And you will be the only person out there selling that. So
I don't know. I don't know. Don't you have to like mop it around first too and then squeegee? I'm not a professional window cleaner.
you're not a professional window cleaner. I used to use the one that you attach to your garden hose outside and spray the windows with that, and then I would squeegee it. I grew up with my grandmother always using newspaper and vinegar.
Yep. Yeah. All right. The second, when Tina and I talk about bundles too, sometimes we will interchangeably use multi-pack and bundle. In the Amazon world, those two terms get intermixed a lot, kind of like barcode and G10 and FSNKU. Those get bundled, interchanged a lot. And when you start breaking it down, all G10 codes and FSNKU codes are barcodes. And sometimes we just refer to barcode as the barcode that's on the item. But they are technically, well, all G10 codes are barcodes. Not all barcodes are G10s. Next definitions that I just wanted to go over is Tina and I will often refer to bundles as either seasonal or evergreen, which is in reference to how those bundles get sold. If you have a toothbrush, toothpaste bundle, that's evergreen. Everybody's going to be brushing their teeth all year round. If you have an Easter basket with a bunny, that is a seasonal bundle. So that's what we're talking about. And then our big thing is we like to niche down our bundles, and we're going to be talking about that today a lot on niching down. And then the last thing I will say is that this is just kind of a beginner overview. We're going to go through, we're going to look at bundles that are currently on there and kind of point out what's good, what's bad. But if you want to get into the nitty gritty on getting brand registered, trademarked, how to set up promotion codes, how to set up advertising, all of that, we have very detailed videos, walkthroughs, printouts, all sorts of stuff in our bundle course. So that is all saved for that course. And you're welcome to join us over there. We go live weekly in there. We answer in a lot of very detailed things there. So thank you. Landshark says, why is FNSKU? My mind immediately goes, yep, that's where mine is.
FNSKU. And I feel like that way when people refer to POS, right, for point of sale, the systems that businesses use for their cash registers. And of course, POS to me always means something else. I'm sure most of you know what I mean.
Yeah. And there's what is it? My son is picking up on the new slang. He'll sometimes say, there goes another boomer. I'm like, stop it. He makes fun of the boomers. He's at my parents' house fixing printers and stuff for them boomers. All right. I'm going to go to my screen. Yeah. or did you want to highlight your screen first?
Start there, and I have a few tabs open of some ideas that I had as well.
Well, then start with yours because you already have tabs open.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and share my screen because I don't have the double monitors. And
It's
I had typed in travel size toiletry bottles because summer vacations are coming up and a lot of people look for these. So they are TSA approved where you're not having more than, I believe it's 2 ounces that you can't take more than 2 ounce size bottles or they confiscate your items. So when you look at the first page, you see that this is a bestseller. This is a bestseller. So one thing that this tells me is people are liking the bottles with color as opposed to what we've always been accustomed to, which is more like these, like a clear bottle, so you can see what's inside. So my mind already goes to that as an item that, this would be considered a bundle, right? There's more than one of them. I also like that these can be private label. When I'm also looking for selling items, I like to see how many are in Amazon's catalog under this search term, travel size toiletry bottles. There's many different ways you can type in a search, and that's going to give you different results or show you how many results. I want this number to be as small as I can get it. I try to micro niche things down as much as possible. So looking at just page 1, I do see that the best sellers are both these ones that have pretty spring looking colors. And then you go on down and you see it's what we've been accustomed to seeing, all of the clear bottles. Now here's some other ones with color that are competing against those top sellers. And so this tells me it's a little bit saturated. I think it would be hard to compete against these bottles. So I might want to micro niche it down. And by that, what I mean is, how about travel size toiletry bottles for kids? Look, it tells you the next, Amazon always tells you what to look for: women, men, kids, and men TSA approved kit. I'm going to search for kids. And then you see we have these little bottles right here that are super cute, right?
Yes.
And look at this price point, $16.99. It definitely is higher than those other price points were. And then the next items, these are not really toiletry bottles for children. And going on down, that's that same one again. They're on here twice because when you see, it doesn't show sponsored. Is it the same one or someone copying? Nope, it's still them. Same exact one. A lot of times it's because they are sponsored. They're paying for advertising. Here is someone who is almost identical, different brand name, and they have all penguins. At least I think these are penguins. And the other one was a variety of animals. Here's somebody just selling one of them for $14.99. Then I also look at how many reviews. You see all of these reviews, 216, 211 here, but I don't see a whole lot for kids. This one could be kid friendly. So that will help me decide that, well, maybe I should try to find some travel size bottles for kids to bundle, because look at here, we only have 80 search results, and the few that are on here for kids are selling very well. So that is one idea that I came up with this morning before we jumped on a live. I don't know if you want to go ahead and share your screen. We can maybe go back and forth and share some ideas.
Yes. And what I like is this would be an example of an evergreen bundle, and it solves a problem. A lot of times I love bundles that solve a problem. You're going traveling, you're going on a cruise, you're going on vacation, whatever, and you need these travel bottles. And then not only are you looking for travel bottles, but it's for kids, and then it's for kids with cute animals. So I would be researching what are the top selling animals in the kids toy department to see what animals that you're going to then, this would be a private label item. So you'd be getting it manufactured in Mexico or China or wherever. But I would be looking and seeing, are jungle animals the best sellers? Are dinosaurs still hot? Do you want something that's for boys and girls, or have a variation with, different things for
And I
either
probably
gender.
wouldn't do animals at all. I would probably make the boys look like some superhero things,
Yeah, you can do
without
Superman.
infringing upon Batman or Spider-Man, but maybe make it look very superhero. And for girls, maybe something like little princess, maybe bottles that have like a little crown on it. I would probably want to make mine for kids, but not be animals, because a few that are on there are already animals. So I don't want to compete against those animals. But I do like the idea of different kind of animals than the current ones existing.
You'd also kind of go, just a completely different route, go the goth route or the gross route. Cause I don't know, you grew up
For
with
adults.
garbage pail kids, that
Yeah,
grossness and snot and
yeah.
fluff and all that crud. I know my kids would go, just love something that looked like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
slime melting or something.
Yeah.
Oh, where do we want to go? Oh, well, iPhone 14, melatonin, dog food. I don't know what all this is
That's
about.
because that's what people are searching, and that's what Amazon
That's the
is
top
thinking you
search.
might want to type in. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. What is this? Desserts of the world. Okay, so Brock's is getting a little crazy. I mean, they've got what was it, the turkey dinner. Then they have the coffee flavored jelly beans. I can never find any of them in my store. They get bought out. And now we've got desserts of the
I've never
world.
seen that before, Desserts of the World.
Me neither. Pack of 12, $33. I
That would
bet
be
you
very heavy too. I would probably want to find that as a two-pack, maybe.
I bet you could find this for less than $1. So if you're not familiar with this technique, you open search with Google Lens and it will tell you where you can buy it. So you can get it at Walgreens for $2.49, and we know Walgreens always goes on sale. And then I don't see the other prices, but you could go down that rabbit hole for these guys. What do I got? Chocolate.
And technically, this is a multi-pack and not a bundle because you're getting 12 packs.
Yes. So that would be a good multi-pack. Probably a good bundle to get on if you could find it. And I bet you those would sell all year round. I try to make sure all my Jelly Bean listings are not classified as meltable too. Do you know if they does anybody know if they typically get classified as meltable for the summer? Amazon's been wishy-washy about
Jelly
it.
beans really are not meltable. I can't say that I've had jelly beans melt in heat. I mean, they're kind of hard, even though they're soft on the inside. But they are sugar, so.
Yes. All right. This store, stay away from. We talk about this one in our bundle group a lot because they are relentless. And this is, again, a multi-pack that they do custom packaging for. And we talk about, should this be allowed or should it not be allowed? Is it a proper bundle? Because really, it's a multi-pack. But they have private labeled it as a bundle and put their name on it. And they do that a lot. So if you want to go scope out their store, they are very successful. Look at this, 371 in grocery. So they are selling quite a bit of it. It would be small and light. So they are making pretty good money off of these. They're a good store to follow if you want bundle ideas. And then who is this one by? M&M's. So brand M&M's. The other one had brand Nezco or whatever their name is. And this is, again, this is a bundle that you could get on if you could find all of these guys. So you got the yellow guy, the red guy, the blue guy, and the green guy. Girl. The green one's a girl, right? Like
I
M&M's.
don't know.
They're not real people here, just so you know. Anyhow, this would be a pretty darn good little bundle to get on. Selling very well, rank 1,000. And then what we go off of is if you see that this one's doing good, if you added something more to this and made it better, then that's how you can enhance existing bundles that are already selling well and be very competitive in the market. All right, do you want to keep going down Easter?
I have a couple other ones that I'd like to share that are different.
Yeah.
All right, when you're sharing my screen, let me know.
I am.
All right, so I typed in beach toys for kids, and Amazon suggested different age ranges, so I just went with Amazon. And beach toys is seasonal, but this is a great opportunity to make bundles that don't have branded items in them. Sometimes that's the hard part with bundles, is when you are dealing with creating bundles with branded items. You can do that, but there are certain brands that don't allow you to do that. And you'll quickly find out when you make the listing if you get hit with a IP complaint, or sometimes Amazon will hit you with a possible IP complaint. Like Amazon does not like you to make bundles using Pokemon. So Amazon will flag you for the word Pokemon. So this is why I like unbranded bundles. So you could put together beach bundles for kids for the summer. And these are a lot of different beach toy bundles, and you can get a lot of these items pretty inexpensively. This one is really cute. Of course, they geared it for Easter by filling it with some Easter items. This is a great example of a bundle, and making a bundle that is not built around branded items. So this is what I like about some of the beach bundle type of an idea, is really just what I said, that it's not built around brands. Now, there can be other summer pool items that you can make as well. This is just what came up in the Amazon search feed. So beach toys for, look, you could look at toddlers, and these are just beach toys. So we're not going to get other type of summer bundles. Some of these were already in the first search result that we looked at. So let's look at some other beach bundles for kids. Beach, sorry guys. Got beach towel bundle for kids. I'm going to use the word bundle in the title just to see what comes up. Sometimes you will find things like here we have the Spider-Man bundle. Here we have some bundles, Fortnite, what's his name, Coco Melon, where they put some things, this bundle here. So, some people have put together some clever bundles. Now these are branded. So keep that in mind. But here, I thought this was some cute ideas for summer bundles that you could put together, and that's seasonal. Yes. And then sauce. Sauce sells all year long, but barbecue season is coming up. So I had typed in barbecue sauce variety packs. Now this is truly a bundle. This is not a multi-pack because each one of these is a different flavor. Same here, same with the Famous Dave's. We love Devil's Spit. We eat that here at our house. It's so hot, super, super hot sauce. One thing I might do when I see a bundle like this rib rack barbecue, I'm not familiar with this. I will go on to ribrackbarbecue.com and see if you can acquire a wholesale account with them and perhaps jump on these existing bundles for a good cost. Here is a Japanese sauce. It's a bestseller. I've never tried this. But this could possibly one that you could find directly on this company's website. They might offer wholesale, they might not. I would do the Google search like Lucy did and see where to buy this and can I profit on this one? Or maybe I want to make my own bundle. And so I can search the standalone sauces by brand and see if they do well on their own and then create my own bundle that way. So barbecue sauce, what is a brand of barbecue sauce that's easy to buy at the store?
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's, yeah.
I have a couple of listings there.
So if we looked at Sweet Baby Ray's, there's already bundles on here, but what if I'm looking to make my own bundle? I will try to look at the ones that are successful now. And for some reason, my Keepa is not popping up when I hover over these, but I can tell that this one does really, really well at 451 feedback. Amazon now has this feature where they're letting us know how many items have been bought if it's over 50. So you see that there has been over 50 bought in the past week. This is a new feature on Amazon that has come out, I think, 2 weeks now, where Amazon is telling the public how many have bought these items. So you almost don't need Keepa to know that. So we know that this original barbecue sauce with no sugar added is doing very well. I don't know if they have other no sugar added sauces, but that would be my first go-to, is making a variety of flavors of Sweet Baby Ray's that is no sugar added. And yes, they do, because this one is also no sugar added, sweet and smoky. So what about making a bundle with original and sweet and smoky? When I make my bundles, I like to add something in it to keep other people off the listing. So I might add my own custom barbecue brush to that bundle and create my own unique bundle that keeps other people from jumping on to that listing.
I just wanted to jump in and say real quick that with those types of multi-packs that have different sauce flavors and whatnot in them, in our Bolo groups, that's kind of especially the VA one, we try to expand and go down that. So if you're using tactical arbitrage or purchasing an OA sheet or purchasing a Bolo sheet or whatever, however you're finding your online arbitrage finds, those are our best finds and our favorite finds is when you start off and you're like, oh, okay, the 2-pack of 2 single sauces showed up on tactical arbitrage. What is like that? Okay, now we can find better performing bundles that have less people on them and are better just competitively.
Yeah, and in our VA and Bolo group, any shares that people share, I will often look to see if we can acquire them wholesale. And I will share those links if I find a company does wholesale. I really expand on the leads as much as possible in our groups. And of course, in our bundles group, we deep dive more than what we're sharing today. But for those of you that are already great at making listings, hopefully you find this helpful as well. And for those of you that want to jump on existing bundles that people haven't made so uniquely their own, hopefully this will help you go down a rabbit trail of ideas.
So you were talking about beach items, and I typed in Disney beach towel, and I just wanted to see what the ranks were for the top performing. And really, this Mickey, even though it's sponsored, he's got 8,000 rank, and this Minnie. So it tells me that Minnie and Mickey are still pretty hot. We've got Princesses, and Ariel is still pretty hot. I know the new Ariel movie's coming out. I've talked about it a lot. I talk about it all the time. And so I'm excited about that. I will be definitely looking at any Disney Ariel stuff going forward because I think there's going to be a big surge of purchases in June, July, August for it. We can see that who's this guy? Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and
Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch is still pretty hot, even though that movie is on the older side. Encanto's come down a little bit, 109,000 in rank.
But I do definitely see a lot of Mickey and Minnie. And, Mickey and Minnie are timeless classics.
Absolutely. Yes. We've got somebody that did a private label mermaid towel.
Which is smart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. But when I'm now, I'm doing my pre-research to see what
characters are hot.
Yeah, what characters are hot. Because if you're going to make a bundle, you want to start off with the hottest one. What's the best barbecue sauce flavor? What's the top selling chocolate for Easter? What's the top Disney character out there?
And when you look at that, even if it's for summer stuff, like what characters on beach towels are the hot characters, you can let that spill over into the other scannings that you're doing for toys or kids clothing, kids character shoes, because if Mickey and Minnie is hot in beach towels, they're more than likely going to be hot in the toys and the clothing and the shoes as well.
Similarly, I did bathroom accessory sets because this is something that you could do private label or maybe group up something from IKEA or Mainstays, which is Walmart. And I'm looking, what are the top colors? And it seems that the neutral palette, black, white, gray, tends to be pretty hot. This one's very pretty with the rose gold. But again, black, white, marble, gray. We've got very neutral stuff. Are you concerned about trademarks? You want to answer that?
Well, first I wanted the question before that, Happy Hunter, can you join bundle groups or VA groups? Our bundle group, yes. VA group, we have a waiting list. So if you are in our main Facebook group, you can message me because once we get enough people on that waiting list, we can open a second group, or it's first come, first serve if anyone leaves that group. But as far as bundles, yes, you can join our bundles. And Reno, are you concerned with trademark Disney? Yes and no. Because I do sell Disney items, and I have sold Disney items under my brand, and I have had no issues. However, given the recent circumstance with them coming after Etsy sellers, it does cause a bit of concern for me. Last year, I had a Disney item that I wanted to sell as a bundle, and Amazon wasn't allowing this particular one. And I reached out via case, like I often do, and sometimes I do get surprising yeses. Um, for you, Reno, you already know this about me. I'm a pit bull when it comes to going back and forth with Amazon until I get my way. So, I was able to use the brand name Disney for one of my bundles by submitting photos and UPC codes of all of the items. Amazon gave me the go ahead, and I was actually able to create a bundle with Disney, and I had no problems doing that. So, and we've talked about this a little bit more in our bundles group. And today I will be going live in bundles because we're going to deep dive a little bit more on this in our group on what we can and can't get away with in regards to Disney.
Yes, we talk about this a lot. There's the law, there's then Amazon law, and then there's what can you really do? Because the three do not always line up. I have Disney bundles as well, and I got a suspected IP complaint because I used Disney in one of my titles, and the other ones did not get flagged. So Amazon is not consistent with all of this. Now, am I concerned that Disney's going to come after me? No, because I bought them through a authorized distributor, so I have the invoices to back it up. Would I purchase Disney items from Alibaba? No. No. You do not. Stuff you're getting from Alibaba, you want it not to be branded at all. You don't even want it to look like, I wouldn't even buy something with a mouse on it. Just don't. Stay away from that, because now you're really, really into that counterfeit area that you don't want to be. I wanted to bring up that if you are a big Dollar Tree person, you can look up Greenbrier. Greenbrier will a lot of people will list under the Greenbrier brand, and those are just Dollar Tree items. So if you are gearing up for Halloween, you could go through and see what kind of bundles people have grouped up. And when they list it and they put it under Greenbrier and there's nothing in that bundle that is making it unique, it is exactly what is shown in the listing, then you can get on those listings and sell on those listings. We'll take this guy for instance. We've got some spooky solar lights here. The brand they listed it under is Greenbrier International, and you can see here that it's a 6-pack, so you got to watch out for that. You probably get 2 of each. Can you list under there? Absolutely. Can you go and check out other people's stores? Sure, we could do that as well. I love finding more of the same, and if somebody's very good at listing under something, I will typically go and look at their stuff and see what's going on. Let's see here. They actually have, oh, okay. So that was not a good one. We'll do another one. Let's do this guy. These rats. Spooky dooky rats. Let's see here. It's sold by All About It. Oh, they do not. Oh, okay. They are kind of a newer seller. 100 ratings. Let's see here.
I think a lot of newer sellers start with buying Greenbrier stuff, and that's
Yes.
that's why I think I started there too when I was first learning.
They're not.
I don't necessarily recommend it, but
It's got its highs and lows. If you are just starting out making your own bundles, then I think the Dollar Tree, the dollar stores are all great places to start with, and use that as a jumping off point to kind of learn, because really you could go in to the Dollar Tree, purchase 2 items, spend $2, make up your listing, and go through the motions and the education of it. And for $2.50, that's a really cheap education.
Yes. I swear though, some of these things that pop up on that Greenbrier for Halloween, I have seen them since 2015. They have
Yep.
been on there forever. Like people are
Yes.
still selling that.
I bet you this is a Big Lots item. That looks like Big Lots to me. I want to say I've seen it there. Chocolate pudding peeps. My
It's probably
goodness.
better to go through the store that's the naughty one than Nedzo, those kind of stores, because they are known for making bundles. Even though you can't jump on their bundle, it really is a great place to get ideas and of what kind of things you could maybe put together. I love looking through other stores that do a lot of bundles just to help me get some ideas. I don't like to copy them 100%, because what's the point? Then you're going to be competing against an established bundle. But I like to use it as inspiration. Like, what can I do that's similar but not identical?
Yeah. Here we go. We've got another person here. These guys are known for their little mints. They just had private label mints made, and then they're adding that to their candy bundles, which is a bit, I don't know. We could sit here and gripe about it, but it's allowed. So if it's allowed and they're making money off of it, I'm all about making money. I don't particularly like this bundle style with the mints, because mints are expirable and they can get crushed and they just look kind of, I don't know, it's not my style, but why do we have,
I
okay.
know a lot of sellers out there really can't stand those type of, because they find a great listing, they want to get on it, and then they get mad that that person did that. And it's like, well, you know,
Yes. Yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute. If you jumped on this listing and you sold, you had the 2 popsicles, but not the mints, obviously, can you jump on that listing? Technically, you can jump on that listing. However, the owner of that listing, if they are brand registered, can issue you an IP complaint, and they will probably get pretty pissed at you. So, should you? No, I don't think that's a good viable business stance. But can you? Yes. And people will get really livid on the Facebook forums. They're like, I got on this listing and I didn't realize I shouldn't have been on that listing. And now I'm just so mad they're doing this to me. And it's like, well, you did that to them. It's kind of like if you went and robbed somebody's house and then they shot you because you were robbing the house. Now you're mad that they shot you. It's like, what did you expect? I know several people in my life that are like that. It's like you kicked a hornet's nest and then you get mad that you got stung. Why is this surprising? Uh, just
and so
people.
I always feel like, well, if you get mad about, those that are out there trying to make their custom bundles, they're trying to do the same thing as you, is survive in this Amazon world. And they likely got sick of being on listings with price tankers and all the things we all get sick and tired of, because it's exhausting. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's almost like if you can't beat them, join them sort of a thing. But you don't want to make crap. You don't want to make crappy bundles, crappy listings. You want them to be good. You want to do well with them. You want to make Amazon's customers happy and get positive reviews. Um,
Yeah. And a lot of times, like going back to the barbecue sauce, if you see a barbecue sauce 2-pack, 3-pack with a couple flavors in it that's selling well, and you get on and you have a good replen and that is doing well, those are the great ones that then you add some more value to your customers, and then you launch that as a bundle. William says, how long does it take to set up a listing and actually fully available for customers? Like a week. I mean, it takes me 20 minutes or something to set up a listing. It does not take long. And then just getting it into the fulfillment center.
yeah, and once you create the listing, it's usually active and live within 15 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. So if you wanted to create a listing and have it be merchant fulfilled, it's really just a matter of minutes or hours. Sometimes what takes the longest to populate isn't the listing itself, but the images that you submit. So sometimes I make a listing and my images aren't showing in Amazon's catalog until the next morning. So sometimes the images can really take a long time, and sometimes within the hour. And why, the rhyme or reason for how why one listing's images show quicker than another, I don't know. And what are typical hiccups with what exactly? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm going to answer that along with how hard is the process. So we are brand registered, and then how hard and typical hiccups kind of follow under the same umbrella. There are sometimes there's none. Sometimes there's none. Sometimes you get a suspected IP complaint because you've used a brand name in the bullets or in the back end keywords in the title. I will get sometimes my listing suppressed because you've used too many words. There's a word character length that you can only use so many characters in the typical spots,
Title and
bullets and the back end. So that can be a hiccup. Sometimes it doesn't like my images. If you have images, I'm going to share this one right here. If you have images like this, it might flag it because it says that there's like branding or too many words. They don't
in
like
the
it.
image.
Yeah, in the image. Say you had something like that, and it said includes 3 packs in a block text on there. That will get flagged and put down. What else? Oh, if you categorize things incorrectly, it might get mad at the categorization. When I'm doing toy bundles, or say the summer beach towel stuff, you could put a summer beach towel set under like sports equipment, right? Or home accessories. Beach towel is kind of like a house and home item, or a toy section because it's geared towards kids, right? So which category do you put it in? If you put it under toys, you may need to get toy compliance paperwork. So I tend to go towards more home or sports so that I don't have to deal with that toy compliance paperwork part.
And the thing is, with the suspected IP complaints, those used to scare me a long time ago. That doesn't scare me at all now because Amazon gives you that suspected IP complaint, so it's fixable. So if I created a listing and I used Disney, Mickey Mouse in my title, and Amazon did not like Disney, so they have now suppressed my listing for suspected IP of the word Disney. I remove Disney from everywhere in my listing. I open up a case asking Amazon, to, please update this listing. And then voila, problem fixed. My listing is active. I can sell it. And my suspected IP complaint is now removed.
I had 2 bundles this last week get flagged as hazardous, even though they're not hazardous. So you have to open a case and then they say, okay, we're going to go check it out and we'll do a review, and it takes about 2 business days. So there's a lot of little hiccups, as you would, but you never know which one you're going to get hit with. That's a random fact. In your bundle group, do you talk about advertising? Absolutely, all the time. And how to get the bundles to go? Yes, we talk about SEO, optimization, ranking, fixing keywords, advertising, promotions, everything that could be in between. I mean, it just kind of depends on what you're doing. Let's say that you are really into barbecue sauces versus somebody that just does replens and minor bundles. If you have something that's very passionate, I know a lot of people will go on to like Facebook boards and join whatever if you are really into barbecue sauces, maybe you're on a bunch of smoking Facebook boards. And if the occasion arises, you can plug your product there too. So just marketing off of Amazon can be good for some sellers. Like my stuff, I wouldn't really hit any Facebook boards with it, but I work with people that do a lot of private label and they do custom, whatever, like dog harnesses, and they're really into dog training. And I'm like, well, that's great. If you are already watching dog training stuff and you're working with dog trainers, you've got to work in your products as well into that so that it's all cohesive with your brand. But that's not how my business is, so I do not do that. But we talk about all of that stuff in our bundle group. DSW says the ones who are mad because they want a price tank. Yep. Isn't that the truth? swear. Every time. And that's irritating too, because sometimes I'll test the market and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this bundle and just kind of test to see how it does. Flies off the shelf, gets 50 freaking sellers on it. They price tank it down. I'm like, should have made it harder to jump on.
I got nothing else.
I was looking at these guys and it looks like they do tea bundles, tea samplers. Look at that. They just did a custom branded box and then went and got a whole bunch of different things.
Flavors of that tea.
Yeah. And the new place that I'm looking at getting boxes is Packola, Packola, does custom boxes like what you just saw there. Where was it? Does custom boxes like that. I don't know. But I know that at Winco, because we buy the stash tea, you can buy loose leaf stash tea or buy it bulk on Amazon. So we can talk about that for a minute. You can buy bulk stash tea. I've bought it. Like I have my favorite jasmine tea that I love. And I can get 100 or 400 pack on Amazon. And all they did is they bought a bunch of that and now they're doing sampler boxes with it. It's ingenious. It's so easy. And I think the tea packets run about 23 cents a piece, maybe 20 cents a piece. So they're doing a 40 count for $17. So their margins are great on that one too, even with a custom box printed. Great idea there. Oh, does anybody have any questions? I don't know what else we want to talk about because we talked about seasonal. There are certain ones we like to do for Christmas and Halloween and all of that. Day of the Dead.
The evergreen is where it's at because selling it all year long during the holidays and not holidays.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that I make more profit margins on the seasonal, but the consistency is nice with the evergreen. So, I mean, is your favorite evergreen?
My favorite is evergreen because of, again, the all year. And I made the listing once and I just keep replenishing it. Seasonal can be great as well. I definitely am not going to argue that. However, during that season, you're hurrying up and you're making all these seasonal listings and it's like a cram session, and a lot of times then the next year, those things aren't available again. And so seasonal can be a lot of work, but it's great.
Definitely. I was looking at this. I know a lot of people pick up the back to school sets, and even if this says Amazon exclusive, if you can find it, you can get on it. You don't have to, even if it's exclusive. This one, I believe you could probably get all this stuff at the clearance at Walmart at the end of the year. It's just what, five things, probably a $5 cost, $18 sell cost, even though it's exclusive. You can sell Walmart exclusive, Target exclusive, Amazon exclusive. Let's see here. We've got 2 questions. Do you want to answer that one first?
Yeah, so if they buy the tea from Amazon, then repackage it in variety package, if they get an IP complaint, the receipt from Amazon would work.
It'd be an invoice.
It would be an invoice, and you did buy it from Amazon, and this is if Amazon is the seller, not a third party seller. But if Amazon is a seller, it would work as having an invoice from Amazon for the tea.
Yep. You would buy it with your business account.
And then this one is, do you have a separate Amazon account for your brands? You can. You can get brand registered and have that as one account. And you can then have your regular Amazon selling account as another. That is allowed.
You do have to get permission. Please. I really hate seeing people who opened multiple accounts and messed up, and they
get suspended because
you get a suspension because they will relate the one account to the other. And this goes for if you are married or live with like your sister or brother or whatever. You need to get permission because they will link you because you have the same address or last name or IP address or VPN or whatever, and they will shut down both accounts if you do not have permission. So it is allowed. Just don't Don't do it. I've seen too many people get shut down and then they can't sell, and then they're in a nest of worms. Can you explain brand register a little bit more on what that is? It is Amazon's brand registry. When you have a USPTO serial number, you can go and register your brand on Amazon. If you don't have a USPTO serial number, then you're going to apply to get brand approved. And those two are different. And we walk through exactly how to do that in our group. And you can be brand approved for many different brands. I'm brand approved to list under a lot of different things, but I'm only brand registered with one trademark at the moment. I was looking at back to school. Back to school is kind of one of those things that's sort of seasonal, but sort of not seasonal. You know, I like things like this. It's all gold. That's kind of cute. This one's very generic. You get so many pens and pencils, and I bet you all that sourced together is a pretty good price point, maybe $7-8, and it's 58,000, and we're in the middle of March, right? So it's not back to school
Kids
season.
run out of stuff. Yeah, I will sell backpacks during the back to school time, late summer. And
Mhm.
then I will buy them on clearance and they sell really good again in December. So either kids start off the school year with last year's backpack and then get a new one for Christmas, or it's wore out by Christmas, so they get a new one, whatever the reason. And same with school folders and school notebooks. A lot of times it doesn't last the entire school year.
I love these pens. This is a
They're
private label
cute.
pen. They do not, I mean, they're just basic cartoon cats. They are not, they don't infringe on any IP things. And he's got a 4,500 rank in office products.
The
I'm,
bendable pencil there at the end of that row, I used to love
oh,
to get those when I was a kid. They were very hard to find. And of course,
yes.
Amazon didn't exist when I was a kid going to school, but it's like, oh my God, those were just to die for if you could get one of those pencils. That one you
Mhm.
see it's tied in a knot down there.
Yep. 48 for 10.99. That is crazy cheap. Bells. There are some other pens that have naughty sayings on them. I want to do those ones too.
Look, I'm going to age myself. When I was a kid, it was super cool to get your Trapper Keeper and what characters you had on your Trapper Keeper. Now, if you actually find a Trapper Keeper in decent condition, you can sell that baby on eBay for such good money.
Yes. There was something else that, like the school decorating stuff. I love marketing to teachers. Honestly, half my family are teachers and they buy everything on Amazon. I swear, they buy all their supplies. They spend all their paycheck and more at Michael's, Joann's, and Amazon. Um, but it's just crazy. But you can create all sorts of good decorating things for the teacher boards, and teachers have all sorts of different seasons that we may not think about. We just got done with March. There's March Madness, and there's also Dr. Seuss's birthday. Mead. Nate says Mead. Yeah, Mead's pretty good too. They have Black History Month. They have, the other ethnicity months. They have different classical, like just classical books for literature stuff. So if you aren't familiar with all of those seasons, I'll put them as seasons, then, maybe make friends with a teacher and see what's going on. I loved going in and seeing the boards in my kids' classroom, because they'd do it up really nice for whatever was going on. A lot of times they need those decorations. And if you put those decorations in a kit for them, they can buy all their supplies at once and it's done for them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother's married to a teacher. He's always complaining that she goes and buys all this junk. Can I put a link? Yeah, that's really easy. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Boom, boom, boom.
File photo, John,
There
out
we
there
go.
on the water. That looks like where I'd like to be right now in that little boat.
That's like my canoe. I gotta get my canoe out. No, it's too cold right now. But this is our group. It's a one-time thing. It's not like a monthly subscription. So it's a one-time spiel. You sign up, you're gonna get all the content, you're gonna get continuous content until I don't know if we'll ever be done saying everything we can, because I feel like every time we're like, oh, okay, we're close, the kayak is for sale. Every time I feel like we're done with content, it's like there's 6 more things that come to mind. Like we'll be doing the drop shipping video here. We're going to work on the content for that, but that's probably for our regular channels. But we might go into more depth on how it reflects on bundles, because there are third-party fulfillment centers now that will do bundles for people. They charge a little bit more. They'll charge per item to go in. So even if you are on that OA total model with a third-party center, you can still get into bundles and private label. There are a few Chinese factories that will put things together for your bundle as part of their services as well. I know a lot of times we think of Alibaba stuff as like a one and done, but there are manufacturers that will put things together and do custom boxes and things like that. So that is all things we'll probably dive in. We'll probably do 2 videos. I don't see how we wouldn't. What do you got planned for the rest of the day? It's almost 9 o'clock.
I know. Well, I'm going to eat breakfast after this call because I'm starving. My tummy's up here growling. I don't know if you all can hear it. I feel like it's loud, like roar. But I'm going to, after I eat my breakfast really quickly, I'm going to jump into bundles to discuss a couple things, that people have reached out to me about. So I'm going to go over there after breakfast, and I don't know about the rest of my day. I always do paperwork on Friday. Everyone knows that. I say that every week.
Paperwork. Yeah, I got paperwork too. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm rehashing my schedule. That is for sure. And I'm testing out a new spreadsheet. So I've been trying to keep track and really hone in on the bundles that we do have. And so Casey, our friend Casey, shared with us a spreadsheet that she uses for online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. And what I did was I took a lot of that format, but then kind of took the first half as where you just put your product information in. And then I revamped the other half for sales in January, February, March. So that way I can track my bundle sales month by month and hopefully see them grow, or at least see the seasonality with them. Obviously my Halloween bundles aren't doing very well right now, or I don't even have them in stock. But for my evergreen bundles, I want to track the sales month over month. So if you're not doing that, I would suggest you do it. I looked at Replen Dashboard. I know a lot of people suggested Replen Dashboard. I did go down that rabbit hole and looked at it and thought that it was a lot of work, and it just didn't know like the whole story. So I didn't feel the numbers would be accurate. There are some bundles that I've sold out, or my company that I buy them from doesn't have any in inventory. So the numbers look skewed because I'm not making sales. But if I had it in stock, I would totally make sales. So just kind of going to go through that and hash that out. The other thing I like is it calculates all my profits and my ROI and my total profits per month. So if I make $5 on whatever bundle and I sell 10 a month, then that's $50. Do I want to spend my time replanning that and focusing on that, or the ones that make me more money? So I can sort the sheet by supplier, or by how much money I made, or by ROI, or by profit. So I'm pretty excited. I've been working on that yesterday morning, and I'll finish it up today and do some orders. I did some orders yesterday. I probably have some more orders to do today, and I have boxes coming today. So I got to keep an eye out for the Walmart guy.
A shipment yesterday myself.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the garage. I haven't even cracked open a box yet.
Yes. Good morning, Armand. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, with that wraps up today's show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I always hope it gets your creative part of your brain going. I know when I watch YouTube videos of somebody share something and I think, oh, I hadn't thought about that, or it just sends me down a rabbit trail of new ideas. I always hope that our weekly shows do that for all of you.
Yes, I know they do that for me, but I also have a lot of things on my to-do list.
Yes. So I hope you all have a great weekend out there shopping, sourcing, and building your bundles if you are in fact bundlers. And thank you for watching.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.